Okay, everybody, here we go. I'd like you to take a really deep breath into your belly. Now, you'll know anyone who's worked with me before in these sessions over the last months or so, you're going to know that the breath, we're just going to take a couple deep breaths. As we get into the hypnotic states, I will not have you focus on your breath because the breath, interestingly enough, keep breathing. Your breath is a unconscious mechanism that functions fully on its own, breathing in. You don't need to focus on your breath, but when we do, we're taking conscious control of it, right? And we can do that at first because it does calm the nervous system, gets that vagus nerve activated. It gets the body to begin to calm. But as we go into the hypnotic states, your breathing is going to become very shallow. So right now, I want you to just allow your breath to go back to normal, however it wants to breathe. It will feel very shallow. It will feel very calm. And I want you to recognize that we're going to now draw your attention up to the top of your head. And I'd like you to imagine that right on the top of your head, we could place a small crown. And this crown can be as simple or as elaborate and ornate as you would like it to be. Because on the crown of your head, where the light and intuition shine through the crown chakra, I think we should honor that today. So we're going to place a crown there, and you're just going to notice how that feels. You're just going to notice how it sits and the energy around it. And now I'd like you to go all the way down to the tips of your toes. And I'd like you to wiggle your toes. And if your feet are barefoot, you'll just feel that sensation. But maybe you have socks on or even shoes. I want you to just notice how they feel on your feet. I want you to imagine that you could draw a line from the tip of your big toe under the ball of your foot and past the heel, just aligning your foot. And do that on the left side and the right. Now, our body is the most wonderful thing that we have been given in life. It is so forgiving and it does so much work every day. And what I'd like to challenge your body and your mind to do right now is to get to a place where we can let the body get heavy. Now, we've talked about this before in past sessions, right? Letting the body get so heavy, feeling gravity. And when we begin to feel gravity, you're going to notice when we're going from the head to the toe where you feel it the most, and also where you feel it the least. The place that you feel it the most, maybe it's your hands or your legs, possibly the head, but wherever you feel it the most, allow that sensation to get twice as heavy. Pretend for a moment, if you will, that gravity was welcoming you down. And as you sink down and down more and more, it can feel very relaxing because the muscles are going to let go. Think of the muscles getting soft because they don't have to hold up any emotions, any worries, or any stress. All they have to do is surrender to the heavy. Gravity is inviting you to get grounded with it. What would that feel like? to allow that sensation to move into your legs, your arms, your chest, your stomach, in fact, your whole body. Each gentle exhale that leaves the body, and they will be light, it's going to feel like micro movements because behind your eyelids, you'll see a twilighty expanse, that dark calmness. And with each gentle breath that leaves, you're going to imagine that you're blowing yourself backwards through that space, like you're floating on a chair or in a bed or on a cloud. These tiny movements, just drifting and floating and floating and drifting. What a wonderful experience to know that in this moment, there's nowhere you need to go. There's nowhere you need to be. And there's nobody wanting or needing anything from you. What a gift. Take it and own it. Wrap yourself in the calm, however that looks. Maybe it's like wrapping up in a warm blanket or laying on a towel in the warm sun on a beach. Or maybe it's sitting in a chair on a porch watching a beautiful scene in front of you. Wherever you are, even if it's just this dark twilighty expanse, let yourself be there fully in mind and body. And as you look around, enjoy the stillness. Put the world on pause so that we can inspect this scene. What do you see around you? What do you notice? Do you see or feel any textures that you can imagine touching? Is there movement? For example, if you were sitting in a chair, is it a rocking chair? Can you imagine a gentle breeze? And how do you feel in this place? And when you feel this way, what does it allow you to do differently? In this place, we're going to allow this to ground us. And what we're going to do to get grounded, because today is all about building self trust. And the first step in self trust is to strip away all the noise. That's why we've put this place on pause. World around us, we just want to be. Give yourself permission to just be here, or if you need to change your place, change it to wherever would make you calm or happy, feeling safe and secure. And as you're there, I'd like you to focus your attention on the center of your forehead. And I'd like you to imagine with your thoughts, there is a magical energy, a balancing energy, in fact, that can move through the center of your forehead, begin to channel down into your solar plexus. What's that area right near the rib cage opening? As it channels down that way, it's just going to make space because this is where we're going is the solar plex chakra, our energy center there. And sometimes it can be too big or too small, but each of us have our own energy center here and how it's supposed to be and should feel. And it's unique to you. And I'd like you to hold space inside of you to get that energy center feeling as big or small, to have it feel just right, like a glowing ball of energy that we can hold internally and feel safe. A lot of our emotions live in our stomach, in this area around it. And we want to imagine that this glowing yellow light, this energy center, maybe you can imagine it pulsing or spinning. Maybe it's doing something very unique for you. But around it can be stuck emotions that we somatically hold in because we push so much down. We don't fight or fight, we freeze, we suppress. But today we can release it because that energy here, that yellow light, it's going to soothe that, all of it. But it no longer needs to be stuck. It can just float away like air bubbles or bubbles. Imagine when we free ourselves from this tension, it's like beautiful bubbles, like you blew when you were a child, just floating out of the body and just popping. That once had held us down, locked us up, are now on the move. And we hold that space. Now, I'd like to also take this magical healing energy and begin to channel up to the heart, right? And we're going to make some space again, the same way, like when we're in our garden of our body, we're going to create space to plant a seed. But we're creating space around our heart chakra, our true wants, our desires that we've either let open or closed too much. And without judgment, we just hold space for our heart chakra, our heart, our love, our compassion. And I want you to let your compassion, this green light, this green energy, begin to fill your heart cavity. Let it go inward first. Let your compassion towards self, your love of self, your forgiveness, your kindness come inward. Notice how this energy moves. Is it a spiral? Is it a swirl? Is it a pulse? Is it glistening energy? Is it warm? Is it soft? Let it connect with your solar plex energy. Let it, right where they meet, just tingle. The yellow and the green mixing together, this beautiful color, helping build self trust from the chakra balancing and energy connections internally. Your heart can hear, I love and I can trust myself. I love and I can trust myself. And we're going to channel all the way up, leaving room for the heart. We're going to channel up through the throat, all the way up into the mind's third eye. And it's here in the mind's third eye that we can also make space. For so long, we might have clouded our intuition, been told the supposed tos, have tos, shoulds, how we're supposed to see the world. It's like we've put a dark lens over the eye that we can now begin to remove and soften. Create space for that beautiful blue light. Notice how the energy, when we give it space or compress it down into this wonderfully, perfectly sized energy system, how it can move like a universe. Allow your mind to be absorbed in its energy. Your mind is the most beautiful place with its creativity, its childhood curiosity, and it can even combine with your highest self knowledge that will channel to you every day. And if we connect this energy with your heart, that green and blue energy combining together, finding like two hands reaching out to connect, locking them in, that our intuition, the things we want, can be our guide. It would be game changing. Imagine when this linkage happens, that the whole body can open up to receiving. It's like you just split open in the most beautiful way, like a divine alignment. That you now become the center of the universe, your world. The things that we want, the things that we feel, the things that we just know allow us to trust anything. Imagine beginning to open your whole body to this truth. And the more that you feel it, it's like this bright white light just cracking out of you. And you begin to float. This energy begins to help you feel lighter. You're floating higher and higher. You are weightless. You're surrendering. The universe has a plan. It's asking for you to trust yourself as it lays out everything you're meant to experience to get to where you're meant to be. And it's through the actions of self trust that you're going to navigate it and gain so much more light. As you float in this space, I want you to remember a word that you had seen or know that reminds you you can trust yourself, or a word that can inspire self trust. For me, it was compassion and connection. When you think these words or say these words over the next day, week, month, it's going to set off that shine around you. It's going to relink that that linkage, like two hands coming together of the head and the heart and the stomach, the solar plexus. It's like that seatbelt of safety. I am ready, your mind says. I am ready. Let's just do a quick check on our third eye chakra. Make sure that the energy has space, feels good. Checking into the heart chakra. Good. And all the way down to the solar plexus. Allow these three spots to be like a constellation within your body. The self trust constellation. I'm naming mine compassion. Let it inspire you daily. With this energy, I'm going to invite you back into the room as I count from 0 up to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, allowing your eyes to open, coming back into the room. I don't know about you guys, but I had such a strong vision. I don't plan these necessarily before I come into the room with you. There's no script. It's really just coming off intuition and opening my mind to myself. So the vision I kept getting is like myself just cracking open and light just like blasting out of me and almost being lifted up as if I was just being pulled up from my chest. And like, it was so pretty because like It was almost like wings that came off my back. Not like I'm an angel or anything, but just these wings where it's like, I'm ready to fly now. I'm ready to just go. And also, like when the heart chakra and the head chakra, it was like them linking like this and like this seatbelt of like, if I can be linked in here from my head and my heart, how could one possibly go wrong? You're just living so genuinely and authentically that way. And I hope these all resonate with you guys. Kelly and Sam, thank you for your kind emojis and your kind words. That really means the world to me. Again, like there are days when things really resonate, and then there's some days where it's just a little tougher. You can't always get into your third eye, but whatever those words were for you, use them. Like compassion. It's a constellation in my body now, right? We're creating this constellation. And light it up, right? Make space, make visual. It's like I'm allowed to use my mind's third eye. Sometimes I always say, just closing your eyes can be such a nice relief and release, right? It gives you permission to just let go of stimulus, which can cloud the mind from making it like too much information that can block the mind. Like, right? It like makes the cup too full of stress and information. Just closing the eyes can help you get into that much more relaxed, disengaged state. And like I used to do this when I was on the subway in New York City going home from work. It was like arms everywhere. And I'm like, I'm just going to close my eyes and imagine I'm cruising through the ground, like on a high speed rail, just me flying. And it was so fun. We forget we have our creative mind. And so the more creative we can get, use it, have fun with it, see what you can cook up. The creative mind is such a gift. We forget to use it and play with it. Play.